on education reforms. Rigathi said that parallel reforms are counterproductive.
Addressing the Ministry of Education and Teacher Service Commission officials at his official residence in Karen, Nairobi, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua said the technical team will spearhead a common strategy in implementing education reforms while safeguarding the respective roles of the Ministry of Education, the TSC and other stakeholders.
Why I called this meeting so that we establish a technical committee to sit down and bring order and sanity in the approach of the process, so that we don't work separately, because that will not help us.
Rigathi said duplicate approaches risk derailing education reforms. He underscored the pivotal role transforming the education sector plays in supporting development.
There is success when people work together. It helps a lot when we all pull in the same direction. People may have divergent opinions, but there should be a forum where all those divergent opinions are brought together, harmonized, and then we get a common good. So muendelee, mutakubaliana, si ndio?
While acknowledging that the TSC is an independent constitutional commission and the Ministry of Education is under the executive, Rigathi implored both of them to cooperate in actualizing the country's educational goals.
To other news, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has called on politicians across the country to refrain from politicizing the ongoing government efforts aimed at curbing illicit alcohol and narcotic drugs trade in the country, saying that it is a matter of law enforcement and not a political issue. Kindiki, who on Wednesday toured the Coast region, says the government is working to enhance capacity of the Kenya Coast Guard and the Kenya Navy for effective patrol in the country's territorial waters.
Asa, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki visited the Miritini Drug Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, which is being renovated at a cost of 1.3 billion shillings.
We are also thinking as a ministry, those patients who are fully treated and they have the proper skills, we're going to establish a small fund to give them startup capital to go back home and start being productive again.
The CS used the opportunity to caution those politicizing the government's crackdown of illicit brews consumption, drug and substance abuse.
I've asked our brothers and sisters who are politicians to keep off this matter. It's a law enforcement matter. And leave the law enforcement agencies of the state to do their mandate. It's not a political issue. We are not in a political process of either punishing or rewarding anybody.
In Kilifi County, Kindiki announced that the national government will cater for transport expenses for the families that have been cleared to move the bodies of their loved ones from Malindi Sub-County mortuary.
The national government will support the families that are unable to transport their loved ones so that they can bury the remains decently. We will support them to be able to transport their loved ones.
He further said the government will use part of Chakama Ranch, where the Shakahola massacre occurred, to bury unidentified bodies and build a memorial park.
To matters education, where Kametho Primary School in Siaya County has received a 35 million shillings infrastructure facelift courtesy of the M-Pesa Foundation. The Information Communication Technology and Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo, who commissioned the project, challenged the local community to make use of the school to build the future of their children. Here is Simon Achola with the details.
The 35 million Kenya shillings from M-Pesa Foundation will go a long way in funding infrastructural upgrade of the local school.
That money will go towards construction of classrooms, both for the ECD and the primary section, administration block, ablution block, ICT laboratory, among others.
Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy Eliud Owalo said the world is embracing technology and the new facility will help upgrade their ICT skills. The CS challenged the local community to provide a conducive environment that will enable more donors come to the aid of the institution.
This is a good gesture. It is not easy to get 35 million shillings at one go for upgrade of a school. I want to appeal to the community here to ensure that we have got adequate students in the school and also the students to enhance their performance so that we can reciprocate this good gesture by way of performance.
Meanwhile, the CS will mop up resources for the Nomia Church to set up its headquarters in Oboch, Akala in Siaya County.
Through the Ministry of Culture, the government has given us support to Nomia Church for 53 million shillings for construction of Nambi Johanna Wallo Mausoleum. That tender was advertised by the National Museums yesterday. Within 2 weeks, contractor shall have been procured, and then we move to the next phase of construction of the mausoleum. Then the second phase, the church will be rebuilt. That will be a major, major milestone for this community, because Nomia Church was the first African independent church in Kenya.
To some politics now, where ODM party chairman John Mbadi has read the riot act to his two deputies, that is Hassan Joho and Wycliffe Oparanya, on their campaigns to lead the party. Mbadi says recent actions and utterances by ODM politicians regarding succession are not in the best interest of the party. Mbadi has also hinted at deferring the party's elections that are scheduled for next month.
Mimi wale viongozi wa pwani ambao mmesema kwamba Joho tosha, tutoke hapa mbele pamoja na leader wetu Hassan Ali Joho, mupeperushe katika kila mitandao.
Ikiwa Kenya ni moja, tuepukane na ukabila. Party leader wa ODM ni Joho.
These endorsements by ODM MPs at the cost of former Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho to succeed Raila Odinga at the Orange Party have countered those of their colleagues in Western Kenya who have rallied behind former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya. This contest, according to ODM Chair John Mbadi, does not augur well for the party.
I have addressed our members to exercise caution, restraint, and understand that this party has been built over the years based on certain principles, and one of which is consensus, discussion, deliberations, exercising patience.
Mbadi implored his two deputy party leaders, Joho and Oparanya, to restrain their ambitions. The intense succession politics at the Orange Party now threatens another postponement of its grassroots elections that were scheduled for next month.
Too much talk around succession in the party, which would be destructive or distracting to the party in terms of executing its mandate, which we all know, the mandate of ODM as the leading opposition party in this country.
Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission chairperson has ignited a scramble to succeed him at the helm of ODM party that puts its unity at risk.
A look at the business news now, where a cruise ship carrying 1,700 passengers has docked at the port of Mombasa for a two-day excursion that is expected to boost the tourism industry ahead of the Easter holiday. The tourism ministry says the ultra-modern cruise terminal has played a critical role in the number of vessels calling on the port of Mombasa.
6 a.m., the passengers alighted from the vessel received with song and dance from traditional dancers. The 1,700 passengers originate from different European countries and are on a 120-day sailing world tour. The tourists will be on a 2-day excursion before disembarking on their next port call in Durban, South Africa. KPA says the port of Mombasa has had a good cruise season, having received a fleet of vessels since the circuit began in September last year.
So you are aware many of them will be visiting our hotels. They'll be doing a lot of purchases, and that therefore impacts very, very significantly to the economy.
We arrived from Seychelles, Victoria, Seychelles. Next port of call is Durban before we continue to Cape Town, before we cross the Atlantic to the South America, Brazil. And from there we start to make our way up to Europe and end our cruise 5th of May in Tilbury, London.
Since the completion of the commencement of operations at the terminal, there has been a remarkable surge in growth marked by an increased number of cruise vessels docking at the port. The port has successfully handled 11 cruise ships and now 12 following arrival of MS Ambience.
Kenya and Hungary have sealed a number of deals that will deepen bilateral ties under the framework agreement on the financial cooperation worth 6.6 billion shillings. As part of the framework, the two nations have signed a deal for completion of the Carbonio fisheries and aquaculture service that is expected to produce 10 million fingerlings annually, as well as upgrading pumping stations at a Ahero irrigation scheme. The two countries are working on a deal worth 4.6 billion shillings for the Dedan Kimathi Cancer Management Center project.
These projects will take place. They're going to support economic activity or vibrancy of economic activity. We do believe that they work very well for us. First, especially in the Ahero pumping station, they're going to help us in terms of restocking the fish. And all these are very, very important in terms of their own economic contribution.
Or improving our bilateral cooperation is based on mutual respect and aims at mutual benefits to be reached. The markets here in East Africa provide a huge opportunity for Hungarian companies implementing and applying the state-of-the-art, most modern technologies. Therefore, we do encourage the Hungarian business community to improve its relationship with Kenya.
County governments should work closely with tourism marketing agencies to package and market cultural that is experiences within their areas to attract tourists and create jobs and wealth for their communities. Tourism Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua cited Bungoma's rich culture showcased through songs and dances and food as some of the areas that could be attractive to tourists if properly packaged.
On Wednesday, Tourism Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua was in Bungoma County on the third leg of his countrywide tour dubbed Utalii Fresh. During a meeting with the Bungoma County leadership, Dr. Mutua highlighted some of the strategies that would help drive up tourist numbers to the region.
Watalii wanataka adventure. Wanataka kuja hapa waangalie kama kuna mahali wanaweza enda walk. Wakenya wengi wanapenda kwenda hiking. Tuwajengee center nzuri ya information, tuwajengee choo nzuri, walking path mzuri. Watu watakuja hapa wanaacha pesa hapa wa Kenya.
Bungoma has attractions such as the Sangalo Cultural Center, Buteyo Meat Park, Nabuyole Falls and Mount Elgon, as well as agricultural activities. He committed to support revamping of Matulo Airstrip and marketing of Kamabeka dance, as well as the Luya Cultural Festival.
We want to demonstrate to the world that this part of Kenya also has very good tourist attractions.
The nationwide visit by Dr. Mutua and other officials of key tourism and wildlife institutions target to revitalize tourism numbers across the country throughout the year. The Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife nationwide campaign aimed at reviving the tourism sector in the country would also improve the number of tourists into the country by threefolds. And in Bungoma County, this exercise would improve infrastructural development and job creation in the region. Irene Mchuma Odim, Channel 1 in the county of Bungoma.
Thank you, Irene Muchuma, for that report. And on that note, let's take a break and I'll be back with more news, including sports. Thank you for keeping it Channel 1. Now to sports, where the Kenyan government will do everything possible to ensure that the FIA is completely satisfied to retain the Safari Rally Kenya on the WRC series, having missed out for more than 15 years. The 2024 leg of the Safari Rally Kenya will be flagged off today from the KICC by President William Ruto, before the flag-off. The Talanta Hela Rally Academy was launched last evening at the Kasarani Stadium by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua evening said that the inauguration of the Talanta Hela Academy at the Kasarani Stadium is in line with the Kenyan government's goal of talent development that will be achieved with proper structures.
By investing in the next generation of motorsport professionals, we are creating opportunities for our youth, driving economic growth and promoting Kenya as a motorsport destination.
The Talanta Hela Academy aims at training Kenyan drivers to eventually attain international standards that will see them compete at the highest level like the WRC. The opening of the academy comes just hours before the flagging off of the 2024 WRC Safari Rally Kenya at the KICC by President William Ruto.
We cherish our position on the World Rally Championship log. For 19 long years, we were in the wilderness of international motorsport outside the World Rally Championship series. We are glad we got back.
The opening of the academy also aligns with the FIA's motto of growing motorsports to be accessible to all without any barriers to any person's dream of engaging in motorsport.
As a governing body for motorsport in the world, we are not just here to write rules and to make them respected. We are here to shine a spotlight of safety and sustainable technologies. But above all, we are here to engage with racing enthusiasts and build pathways for them to the motorsport world at all levels.
At the same time, Lisa Christopherson, the driving force behind the Talanta Hela all-ladies team, says she is ready to lead her team in this year's WRC Safari Rally Kenya.
We're here to empower young women to take charge of their lives by steering in the direction that you want to go, and how better to do it in a male-dominant sport.
Meanwhile, Josiah Kariuki and John Ngugi are looking forward to the start of Thursday's WRC Safari Rally Kenya with great expectations. The All-African crew will pilot the ex-Don Smith FIA Africa Rally Championship winning car under Bangmet livery for the second year running.
Destiny's Child in 2001 released a song named Survivor, and that was referred to by Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, the Creative Economy and the Arts Ababu Namwamba after having a shakedown experience at Loldia on the eve of the start of the WRC Safari Rally.
The Priority 1 and 2 crews at the WRC Safari Rally put their cars to extreme tests at the shakedown in Loldia. The competitors would then have their cars set up adjusted to give them a great feel ahead of the start of the rally. Following President William Ruto's shakedown experience last year, Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, the Creative Economy and Sports Ababu Namwamba got to sit with Honda's Esape Kalapi.
Have you ever heard the song I'm a Survivor? I'm a survivor. I survived. My goodness, you guys, you gotta do this. You have to do this to understand what it is that rallying is at this elite level. The speed, the dexterity, the ability to take impossible turns. Absolutely impossible turns. When you think, now this is the end of it, Jehovah, take my hand.
It's always nice to give such a unique experience for, it doesn't matter who it is, because it's such a special moment. I mean, probably even I don't realize it, how quick and fast and how stupid we are in some moments when we are driving. But when I sit to a co-driver's seat, it's completely different. You know, I don't like to be a co-driver at all because it feels horrible.
The ceremonial start of the WRC Safari Rally will take place at the Kenyatta International Convention Center on Thursday, followed by the Kasarani Super Special Stage. KBC Channel 1 will broadcast 5 live stages and also the ceremonial finish at Hell's Gate on the 31st of March.
Still on this Safari Rally, reigning Africa Rally Championship champion, that is Karan Patel, says his main target is to finish in the middle of the pack in WRC2 in this year's WRC Safari Rally. Patel will participate in the rally set to zoom off today morning with the ceremonial start at the KICC, driving a Skoda Fabia R5. KBC Channel 1 will be broadcasting live 5 television stages of the rally.
After a good run at shakedown in Londia, speedster Karan Patel is optimistic of a good outing in this WRC Safari Rally Kenya. Karan Patel will be co-driven by Tausif Khan in a Skoda Fabia R5 and is leaving nothing to chance as he aims to finish the rally among the top drivers in WRC2.
We can't compete with the P1 cars, but with the P2 cars, again, good stiff competition, but we'll see. It's a Safari Rally, so it's a long event.
We would like to have at least top 5 in the WRC2, and if we manage the top 3, that'd be great. But let's see, top 5 in the middle of the pack will be good for us, and if we manage also a top 10 overall, that'd be amazing.
Karan was quick to note that despite a few adjustments, the car is ready for the task ahead. Co-driver Tausif Khan said the WRC Safari Rally offers a good platform to test their abilities ahead of the Africa Rally Championship title defense. Karan Patel will lead Kenya's charge at this year's WRC Safari Rally alongside 5-time Safari Rally winner Carl Flash Tundo, Hamza Anwar, Akif Virani and Samana Vorra, among others. A new champion will be crowned after last year's winner Sebastian Ogier decided to skip this year's event. KBC Channel 1 will broadcast live 5 television stages. After scrutineering at KWS Naivasha and the shakedown in Loldia, the cars left Naivasha for Nairobi ahead of the ceremonial start and the Kasarani Super Special Stage on day 1.
Karanja David reporting there. Remember that KBC Channel 1 will bring you live events of this Safari Rally, so you want to keep it here and enjoy the moment. On that note, I bring the news to an end, but the Good Morning Kenya show still continues with Vivian and DJ Unique. My name is Marie Yambo. Thank you for your company.